We're following a breaking news story out of Dumas as Arkansas State Police confirm as many as 10 people have been wounded following a shooting and a car show called Hood Nick. Once again, we're going to bring in our breaking news anchor, Mitch McCoy. Mitch, do you have anything new?
Yeah, we're still getting a lot of new information about this. Let's go to some live video. I believe the control room was just telling us that there might be an interview being done by our crew. Let's listen in live to this if we can. This appears to be somebody with the sheriff's office, and we'll wait for that live update, but that appears to be some kind of law enforcement official that might be able to give a little bit of a live update on what's happening there in Dumas, as we now confirmed. Okay, that's not what's happening. It appeared that that was certainly the scene, but what some of that video we were seeing earlier was a very large police presence. They had a lot of crime scene tape out. They had a lot of barricades up there. Obviously, a very chaotic situation. We know at least 10 people have been shot at this car show. This was at the Mad Butcher parking lot. This is video coming in at the hospital there. This is going to be the Delta Memorial Hospital, where we are being told that several victims have been taken to that hospital along with McGee Hospital, and we're also told Arkansas Children's Hospital here in Little Rock. What I also want to point out is the victims that have been taken from the physical parking lot itself, where this gunfire broke out earlier tonight. The Desha County Office of Emergency Management telling us that 2 victims have been airlifted from that hospital in airlifted from that parking lot in the area where that shooting took place. But I am being told now by the control room, Troy, I'm sure you heard that too, that there's new video coming in from this scene, and we're looking at this for the first time with you live here on the air. And it would appear that this could be a couple of people helping a gunshot victim potentially to the ambulance. And Troy, as you mentioned, this did happen at a car show, and you can see the cars there in the background.
It was at a Hood Nick, which is supposed to be a joyous occasion. Yeah, I believe this looks a little bit different, but there is a video on Facebook that is very similar to this. And yeah, people were definitely distraught with just kind of the scene as it was happening right there. But yeah, as you could take a look, the man right there being helped, I believe, to an ambulance.
I want to point out, okay, this truck coming up right here, the police truck. Look at the people in the back of that police vehicle.
Yeah.
We're going to roll this video again. Again, this is video coming out of Dumas. This is near the Mad Butcher and the Fred's parking lot. They're off of US 165. We're about to see that police truck, pickup truck, go through one more time. Notice the number of people in that truck. And we're about to see it one more time.
Yeah, right there.
There you go. Those are civilians in the back of that pickup truck. One can only assume, and I've seen this before, and we've seen it here during other mass casualty events, where law enforcement will use whatever they can to get shooting victims to the hospital to make sure that they can get the people treated as quickly as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually have our Andrew Epperson live at the scene right now. We're going to check in with him. Andrew, do you have anything new, and who have you talked to?
We just talked to an investigator here on scene. We were going to interview him for some of the latest details, but he had to step away. But before he left, he confirmed that at least 1 person is dead and that children were shot out here as well. We don't know much about what went into it. It doesn't, at this point, seem like a mass shooter situation. That's what the investigator just told me, but we'll have to find out some more details. Again, we just got here on scene, and we just talked to this investigator just moments ago, so a lot of this information is coming to us real time. But again, he did confirm that at least 1 person is dead after this shooting here tonight. Happened just a couple hours ago here in Dumas, so we will keep you updated as we learn more. We're going to be out here, and we're going to continue to talk to law enforcement officials who are here on scene. Back to you.
Andrew Epperson, Mitch McCoy back here in the studio along with Troy Lynch. Kind of walk us through what that scene is like and what you're seeing out there, because these are some of the first live pictures that we're seeing from that area.
Yeah, and we'll even move the camera around here just a little bit to show you what I'm looking at here. If we can get our photojournalist Ethan Duvall to show you. You can see that there are sheriff's office here from Desha County. You can see that there's police from from the city itself out here as well, and there are a lot of blue lights out here. This is still a very active scene that's going on out here in terms of people looking into this investigation. We tried to pull in right there into that Mad Butcher parking lot, and we were cut off pretty quick because that investigation's still going on. So we're parked here at this McDonald's parking lot right next to the scene right now. It looks like we've got several law enforcement officials just talking there in the middle of the parking lot there. They just taped off this area right here. You can see this tape was just put on here, I mean, legitimately about a minute ago. So they're still even mapping out what the scene looks like, Mitch. But still, it's really active here tonight, and it looks like they're not going to be done anytime soon, but we will find out the latest information about that as well as we start to talk more and more to these officials here.
Andrew, the situation, US 165, obviously that's the main drag in town. We saw some gunshot victims being helped to ambulances, potentially even shooting victims in the back of pickup trucks, law enforcement pickup trucks. Is US 165 open to traffic? Is it open to people there in Dumas, or is the highway there shut down?
It is all open to people driving through. There's traffic going both ways right now. Here in the McDonald's parking lot, people are pulling in and pulling out just fine. There's still some police cars that are coming down the road, but it looks like all they've done is blocked off this side where the shooting happened. So people who are driving through this area can still get to and fro through the highway. That has not been shut down, Mitch.
Our Andrew Epperson, they're live at a very chaotic and yet still developing scene. Andrew, we'll let you go.